Hey, it's Joe Crump. I'm going to show you in this video how to use the Automarketer for just about any business, group, or organization that you can imagine. You can create lead funnels with it. You can develop your leads. You can close your leads online. You can use this system for churches. Realtors can use it. Restaurants can use it. Car dealers can use it. Schools can use it. Nonprofit organizations can use it. You can use it for any type of business that you want. Now, the scraper, the way that it pulls in leads, it pulls them from Craigslist. So you can do it for any category in Craigslist, which doesn't cover all those things I just talked about, but it covers some of them. Let me just show you real quickly how to add a campaign to the Automarketer. Once you're in this campaign, you can pick the number that it's going out from. You can name this, let's call it car leads. Then I can go to categories and I can put in car by owner. Let's say I want to contact cars by owner, and I want to say that if they've got something to trade, I'll buy their car if they wouldn't mind trading. And then I can pick the city that I want them to that I want to work in. Let's say I want to work in Los Angeles, and I can pick as many of these cities as I want to, and then we can run these blasts, and I can have it. Once this stuff goes out, it's going to scrape those leads, and it's going to start sending out a message to those leads. And I can create a message that goes out to these people specifically, or I can use one that's already in the system. If you're doing something that's outside of real estate, you're probably going to have to create it yourself, but you can create that text message yourself, or you can create a series of text messages that go out to those leads that are being scraped from Craigslist. So any of these leads, any of these sources within Craigslist, this will work with. If I go to cars and trucks, by owner only, and it's going to go in and scrape all these leads. It's going to find the information on them. It's going to grab their contact phone number, and it's going to send them a text. And it's going to keep track of the information in the system. If they respond to that text that comes in, then they'll show up as a lead in this system here. Now, not every business is going to be able to use Craigslist leads in order to make this work. Sometimes you've got a list of phone numbers. Let's say you have a church and you have a congregation of people and you've got all their phone numbers, all their text numbers. You can actually upload their leads into this system just by putting them into a CSV file. And you can add as many columns as you want, put all their information, all their contact information in, and you can make them a lead in the system. And once they're a lead in the system, you can filter them by the upload that you just did, and you can create a follow-up system and a tag for them so you can keep them separate from your real estate people. Now, the tag that you create is simply is an identifier that you can name. You can create any type of tag in this system. And you can also create any type of follow-up system in this system. So if you go to follow-up system, you can create a new follow-up system, a new campaign, and you can create a name for that campaign, and then you can create a series of events. And those events can be tasks, they can be emails, they can be voicemails, or they can be text messages that go out to the phone numbers that are in that particular lead. So you can follow up with any type of person. I can also go to that list. I can pull them up by the tag, and I can create a broadcast email, text, or voicemail that goes out to those people. So you can always stay in touch with your list and stay in touch with your group. One of the things that I've seen musicians do is they start building their audience. They get their text numbers from their audience, and they add them to the database. And then when they have a concert, they'll send out a text message saying, we're going to be meeting at this place at this time. Please show up. And then they'll bring people into the process. So this works for so many different kinds of businesses, and it can also be adapted to work for things like restaurants and those types of things as well. One of the things we're working on right now is building a landing page designer so that eventually you'll be able to create landing pages and then you can drive traffic to those landing pages using Google pay-per-click or Facebook ads. It'll take them to those landing pages, And a landing page is an ad page that collects email addresses from clients. And then once you grab their email address, you put them into a funnel system, which starts dripping on that lead with more information about the products that you sell, tells them stories, gives them free information. Those are the things that you do in order to sell. And if you've been using this system, or if you've been on my email list very long, you know how that stuff works because I send out an awful lot of email, most of it educational stuff. And then I also have product videos and emails and things like that I send out as well. I know what I'm telling you here doesn't really have much to do with real estate investing, but once you learn how to do real estate investing the way that I'm teaching it, you could have any business, because everything about business is all about the marketing. Nothing happens till a sale is made. So marketing and sales is everything. And the type of system that the Automarketer is a lead generation system. It generates leads. It develops those leads over time by dripping on it, and then it converts those leads. And that's the whole process, and that's where you make the money. Everything else is just an expense and the effort that you have to put forth in order to fulfill your sales. And if you were curious, this was an email blast that we did out to some people that were on our list to come to our film festival. A lot of you know that I made a movie last year, and we sent out an email to some of the friends that were to have them show up at our film festival. That's how we got a full house at the theater.